Good afternoon, Rotarians.
Good afternoon, Peter.
We got a busy agenda today, so let's try that again. Good afternoon, Rotarians.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. All right. Past President Warner P. Marcus will notice his stand right next to the flag. He will be the pledge of your thought for the day. Please come to order.
Fellow Rotarians, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. My thought for today, as a CPA who lives from deadline to deadline, I had an epiphany this last month about how fast the last 17 years went by. It was a particular anniversary for me this last August. I blinked and it went so fast. It reminds me we all need to take a breath and be present in the moment, to smile at someone we don't know, to enjoy a sunrise or sunset, to call someone we haven't spoken to in a while, just to say hi, to hug those we love, and to say thank you. Be happy in the moment, that's enough. Each moment is all we need, not more. Mother Teresa.
Thank you, Lorna. I see past President and past District Governor Ed Jones standing there.
President Peter,
Yes.
we do have visiting Rotarians today, really important visiting Rotarians, so listen up. In the first place, I'm very proud to introduce our District Governor-elect, who will become District Governor next July 1. From the Rotary Club of Gilroy, please welcome Greg Giussiano. And as a special added bonus, a year after Greg's term is over, District Governor after that is
John, it may be all we get. We've got.
Pleasant North. Please welcome Richard Clemens.
So any members that are interested in a district leadership position should be talking to these gentlemen. They are looking for talent. They are here. Thank you very much.
I don't see the cameras.
So with those Rotarians with guests, please stand. Make yourself known to the mic runners and introduce yourself and your guests.
I don't see the camera, podium camera.
Hi, thank you, President Peter. My guest today is Arturo Rodriguez, who is the executive assistant with our speaker today, Chris Iglesias. And he's also the first flautist in the orchestra that I played with. We're playing tonight, and he's really good. I'm kind of let me welcome our
Thank you. Thank you. I see David Scott.
President Peter, fellow Rotarians and guests, it's my honor today to introduce Ron David Simon belongs to Dominic Fitzgerald, and it's my honor today to introduce Steve Hart. Steve is the owner of Advantage Microsystems. It's a computer support consulting firm for businesses and not-for-profits, and in his spare time, he's also the president of the Sequoia Country Club and a pretty good golfer. Please welcome Steve.
Thank you. All right, I'm not seeing anybody with a mic. Raise your hand if you want a mic. Yes, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians, President Peter. My guest is my daughter, Sarah. Many of you have ever heard from years past. Graduated from college off the family payroll. Yay! And living in Chicago.
Great. Thank you very much. We love it when you bring your friends and your family to Rotary. Yes. Bill.
He's a runner.
All right. I don't see anybody else. So, Christine.
Hello, fellow Rotarians.
Hello, Christine.
Today I'd like to introduce Flora Florence Jolie. And Florence is being sponsored as a new member by Robert Breaker. And he couldn't be here with us today, but she is very far along in the process. She submitted her application, given her money, and she has also had a meeting with Peter. So today she's here to just get to meet all of you all.
Get to know Florence, especially if you're a man. She will clean up. By the way, did anybody notice that I'm dressed today? Yeah. So we want to thank John Klassen for that, because I was standing up here last week and he came across the stage and I went, whoa, look at that guy. So, Jason, I'm violating my brand. Yes, Allison.
I moved. I am introducing two more guests that we met at our mixer at Ghost Brewery last week. This is Ebony and then her partner Amelia. They run a company, an event company called Homey.
Great, thank you very much. Turn on your mic. Oh. Now there's our tech expert, Ed Gellman, helping us. Little break here. Quick, go on, we're losing time here. Thank you.
Thank you, President Peter. I would like to introduce Erin Patch, who is the COO of the Unity Council, as my guest today. Unfortunately, somehow everybody from the Unity Council had the wrong address, so she's on her way. She was already parked at the other address and everything, so I don't want to embarrass her when she walks in, but I kind of do.
Yeah, well, we do that to people, so thank you very much. We did get a picture from Bob Barth and Fred Morse. I don't know if it's going to come up, but they wanted to greet us from the Arusha Club in Tanzania. So thank you very much. And not only that, I'm going to look at the camera because Celeste Gordon is watching us from Barcelona, Spain. So hi, Celeste, send us a comment. Hola. Thank you. Hola. All right, what's next? Meeting sponsor. That's, again, past President Warren and Vita Martin. Thank you, Lauren.
Sorry.
Good afternoon again, President Peter and fellow Rotarians. Today it is my honor to sponsor this meeting on behalf of not my firm, Moet Mackey Anderson, but rather the Boys and Girls Clubs of Contra Costa.
Okay. Yeah.
Why might you ask, am I sponsoring an organization that isn't in Oakland? Because I have just become the new board chair of this organization. Well, for the last 20 years, I've supported not just Rotary as a volunteer, but also in my local community where I live, the Boys and Girls Club. One of the reasons I'm such a passionate supporter is I am one of those kids. I grew up in the Mission, with a single mom who worked as a waitress. We didn't know doctors or lawyers or attorneys. All of our neighbors were either unemployed or working middle class. So because of mentors, I am where I am today. In addition, I've been able to mentor our youth, and many of the youth of our club have touched me over the last 20 years, and I enjoy being able to see 3 generations grow up. So the reason I'm sponsoring today's meeting is as my first event that I'm presiding over, we were having our luncheon on Thursday, unfortunately. I didn't pick the date, October 10th at the Round Hill Country Club. And these flyers are on your table, and I hope that when I leave today, the tables will be empty. I don't care if you leave here and throw them away, just don't leave them on the table. This event is going to be featuring the president of the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Contra Costa District Attorney Diana Beckton, Martinez School Board Member Deidre Seguenza, and Elliot Callan, who's a founder of the Brighter Day, who founded the organization in memory of his son, who passed in teen suicide. It's going to be a conversation about the state of the after-school movement and how we take the after-school programs that we provide in the community to support our youth in STEM, tutoring, education, mental health, and physical activity. So I hope that you'll join me on October 10th at the Round Hill Country Club at luncheon, and we'll have a great time. And you know me, when I organize a gala over here, my goal is I want to look out and see a nice full room with many of you. Thank you.
job, Lorna. You came in at less than 3 minutes. Fantastic. I see Daniel. Ringing the bell for Lorna. Thank you, Daniel. Out there scanning the room. Oh, I see David Stein.
Lorna, congratulations. I already made a contribution to the Boys and Girls Club because I can't be there that night. I wish I could, but I would like to ring the bell for Lorna.
Thank you, David. All right, so Cynthia, you what?
President Peter.
Yes.
I want to ring the bell for someone I randomly ended up sitting next to, Carrie Hamill, for her retirement from bar and her many decades of public service that have been incredible to our community. So, ring the bell for Carrie.
Carrie. You're retired, huh? Rotary. I'm sorry. So, Cynthia, it's your turn. Thank you. I'm fine.
Good afternoon, my Rotarian family. I'm introducing Erica Nichols. Professional fact, prior to moving to California from Phoenix, Arizona, she was the VP of Development and Engagement for a nonprofit dealing with child welfare issues. A memorial fact, Erica and her husband fostered children. The last child they fostered was 4 months old, Moon. Now, Moon and her family are now their extended family. Thank you. Welcome,
But it is. So, it is with great pleasure for me to paper. So, disorganized here. All right. We are happy that you have chosen to join us, so please know that your family and friends are always welcome at the Rotary Club of Oakland. By accepting this membership, you've adopted our vision of together. We see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. You've also agreed to conduct your affairs according to Rotary's four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it bring goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all? We hope that you will find pleasure and fulfillment by attending meetings, participating in our service activities, and contributing to the Oakland Rotary Endowment and to the Rotary Foundation. So, sponsor Cynthia Harris. I'm giving you her badge and her pen, and we hope you wear it with pride, and we are so happy to have you become a member of our club. Thank you. I also left a bag on the table which has some other things in it on what she said. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, look at this. These are chairs and past presidents at the bottom of the stairs. Please come on up. We're going to have a little discussion of the amazing international trip to Medellin, which we do yearly.
Well, hey, Karen, did you know that it's been almost 6 months since our Oakland Rotary Group traveled to Medellin, Colombia, or as they say in Colombia, Medellin?
That's right, Michael. Our group had a great time helping with service projects, meeting local Rotarians, and touring the city of Medellin. I'm ready to go back.
Well, so am I. The good news is that our third annual international service trip to Medellin is scheduled for March 13th to the 21st, 2020, next year.
Our itinerary will include performing eye exams for elementary school children, helping to stage a 10-kilometer walk, or 3-kilometer walk, most of us did 3 kilometers, to raise funds for kids with spinal bifida, and inspecting the progress of the clean water and sanitation project in Salgar that our club has helped finance.
We'll also meet with Rotarians from the 14 Medellin Rotary Clubs. One of the highlights will be a party at Sonia and Alberto's country home there with paella and sangria.
That gotta be delicious. We will be touring the beautiful and progressive city of Medellin. We will visit Comuna 13, which has been transformed by its street art, and view the famous Rotary sculptures.
Our visit will also include an opportunity to climb 649 steps, right there, to the top of the famous El Pino rock, sample the national dish of bandeja paisa, and go salsa dancing.
We plan on returning to Hotel Diaz, which is located in a lovely part of Medellin that has great shops and restaurants.
Not only that, Medellin is 5,000 feet in elevation, so the weather is very nice. It deserves its nickname of the city of eternal spring.
Importantly, costs in Colombia are reasonable. We expect that the total cost for air, transfers, hotel, ground transportation, tours, and meals will be around $2,000.
We will also arrange for an optional post-trip visit to Cartagena, Colombia for some beach time and a visit to the UNESCO World Heritage Old City.
This trip has been designed exclusively for Oakland Rotary members and their guests. It's a unique experience that you definitely will find anywhere else.
So you have flyers and sign-up sheets on your table, like this. Also, feel free to talk to any of our Medellin trip alumni, Steve Blair, Julie Fox, Mona Hall, Bill Hogan, Mike Balba, Bob Reeker, Daniel Chang, or either Karen or myself.
We've already heard from a number of members who are interested in going with us, so contact Michael or me to get on the list. And our goal is to have 15 Rotarians and guests accompany us.
See you in Medellin.
All right, thank you very much. And that was 3 minutes. Congratulations. Thank you. So we're even a little bit ahead of time today. Yes. So, I believe it is time for Ms. Mary Russell. There you are. Hi, Mary.
Okay. First up on the announcement list is all about where we should be a week from today. Kimberly Miller.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, Rotarians. This is a reminder that next week, 2 weeks, on October 3rd, we will have our evening meeting at Children's Fairyland. So we'll have an evening meeting and fellowship at Children's Fairyland, just up the street, and you will be regaled by our staff, Nick Mitchell and Shannon Taylor, who will be talking about restoration and preservation in general, and specifically at a park at a beloved icon like Children's Fairyland. What does it take to keep a 69-year-old park ticking and humming all the way? So come and hear from them and take a tour. Unfortunately, I will not be there because I will be in Leadership Oakland with my first tour of Oakland. So, but my staff are all ready to host all of you for a very fun. Thank you very much.
So don't pay any attention to that slide that just popped up. It says October 10th. That's incorrect. It's October the 3rd. It's our
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today. First Thursdays here at the California Ballroom are dark. So this is our evening event instead of our luncheon meeting. So Mary, it's your turn again.
Well, now it's our time to hear from our cycling fool, Mark Rosen.
Are you going on the ride, by the way? Oh my God, we had such a good time last time. Peter, before I make my announcement, I have a question.
Yes.
Is that the same time clock from the Wizard of Oz?
What? Oh, it is. Yeah. So this is Rotary's high-tech speaker timer. Right. I believe I owe this. Thank you to Lorna Padilla Marcus. Is that right, Lorna? Is this yours? No, it wasn't. Oh, all right. Back to me. No, I'm going to stay with me for a sec. So, last week I got complaints. I got complaints from members about your phones going off. And I remember when I was sitting in your position and Lorna was the president, my phone went off once. And you know how much it cost me? $100. So I'm not quite as tough, right? Lauren is tough. But if phones continue to go off, I'm going to take up the Lauren and Marcus approach. So now it's your turn, Mark.
Hi, thank you. Is it my turn now? All right, I'm Mark Rosen. I'm co-chair of High Adventure. And we have a fantastic bike ride coming up. And the information is right up there on the screen, September 28th. And let me stress, the 12-mile ride is the easiest ride you would ever want to do. It's flat, we're going to go through some vineyards, it's going to be lovely. If you really want to get into it and do longer ride, that's fine, but I'm encouraging everyone who cycles to come join us for the 12-mile ride. I do hikes and rides, I can't keep it straight.
Yeah, so my wife tells me she's going to go on this.
Right.
12 miles she could do. And by the way, the person all the way off to the left on that picture, who recognizes him? It's Fred Morris.
Well, let me say one other thing. Last time we did this ride, Mike Malone did this ride on a tandem bike, pedaling his life. I don't think she pedaled at all. But come join us, we'll have a great time, and we definitely are going to do some drinking. Every time.
Thank you, Mark.
All right.
And it's Mary Leslie. How are you, Mary?
I'm doing just fine.
Yeah.
Working my way.
Are you glad you took on this job?
I love this job, especially when I get a few things right. So
Me too.
I'm turning this over to Ruth, but first I want to put in a plug for Ruth. She's the best insurance agent ever.
Except maybe, isn't she tied to
And that's what Rotary is all about. Here you go, Ruth.
So one of my favorite things about Rotary is we like to have fun while doing business and serving our community. So that's what tonight's business showcase mixer is all about. Alita has a band. There will be live music and dancing. And I have the food and the wine taken care of. So let's come down to 3646 Grand Avenue, just hop, skip, and a jump from my office. There's not a ton of street parking, so if you live in the area, you might consider riding a bike, walking, or getting a ride over there, or taking one of Oakland's scooters. We really look forward to seeing you and serving you and networking with you. So please join the Business Development Committee this evening at 5:30. We can't wait to see you.
All right, I'm going to be there. Who else is going to be there tonight? Raise your hand. Oh, it looks like pretty good now. Yes.
Last but not least, Jason.
Did you get my comment about violating my grants?
Okay, so here's how it's going tonight. First of all, raise your hand if you can.
Yeah, we don't have a choice.
Come on, Rotarians, I need you. Raise your hand if you can. I'm walking on you. Exactly, that's what I was just looking for, some volunteers, and I want to see if you volunteer to be a volunteer. Thank you for asking. At our Rotary Business Expo, that's October 5th. Raise your hand if you're coming to the expo. Really, raise your hand if you're coming to the expo. I can't see all your hands, but okay. So look on the tables. There's going to be a lot to do for us to represent our club and the district. We're going to need a lot of volunteers, all hands on deck. I'm unfortunately the chair of this part of the committee, and I'm going to ask you to help me. I'm going to put out an email with a sign-up, but if you want to donate some of your time on October 5th, you can come and speak to me after the meeting. I'd be happy to take your name and put you down for an hour or two. Another thing I want to say is Mary's nail polish is fantastic, so if you have a chance to check it out, you should. All right, that's it for me.
Thank you, Jason. All right, so we are ahead of time, amazingly. Thank you very much, Mary. Bulldogging those folks. Oh, Ed, did you have something to say about your nail polish? All right, so Tom, we are early, but I want to hear from Chris, so I'm going to turn the program over to you for our speaker.
Thank you, President Keeper. Chris Iglesias is our guest speaker today. He's an Oakland native and a visionary leader who has dedicated his career to executing social equity agenda through innovative and strategic public-private partnerships. As the Executive Officer of the Unity Council, he leads one of East Oakland's most vital community assets, a 55-year-old social equity development organization devoted to improving the quality of life for residents of the largest Latino neighborhood in the Bay Area, Oakland's Fruitville District, through a place-based economic and intergenerational equity agenda. Prior to joining the Unity Council, he served as Mayor Gavin Newsom's senior advisor on jobs and contracting programs. He also served as the executive director of San Francisco's Human Rights Commission and the founding director of CityGo, San Francisco's nationally recognized construction workforce program aimed at training residents for public-private construction projects. On a personal note, I'm a former 10-year employee of the Unity Council, where I was able to cut my teeth in economic and real estate development and participate on several important projects in and around the Fruitville neighborhood. It's quite incredible to consider the number of people that have been touched over the past 55 years by the Unity Council, not only recipients of services, but also former employees, volunteers, and program partners. Please give a warm welcome for Chris Iglesias.
Thanks, Tom. Really appreciate the introduction. A little long. I think you got to shorten that thing down. Thank you very much. And Peter, thank you for, I've learned a lot watching you move this meeting along. It's on a very tight ship. It's very impressive. Thank you. I'm glad to be here with you today, especially as Sunday was the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month in the country, and so that's kind of exciting to be here. I have my own kind of views about Hispanic Heritage Month. I feel that if the President of the United States of America was built by your community on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, then I think we should get another month. I think for this particular president, technically, every month is Hispanic Heritage Month. So that's all I'll say. I'm kind of looking at my chief operating officer, and she's like, "That's good. We can move on now." Okay, I will. So as I was getting ready for today, I got a call last Friday from one of your members, David Douglas, and we do a lot of business with Douglas Parking down at the Transit Village. We technically do all the work. He takes all the credit. That's fine. It works. It's fine. It works fine that way. But he was telling me that he couldn't be here today, and that he was sorry that he was going to miss it, and that he wanted to sit close to the stage so he could throw tomatoes at me or whatever, and try to get me off my game. And then he had some really difficult questions for me at the end. And I said, "Well, I'm sorry that you can't do that because I don't think I really needed that, but that's okay." Those Douglas guys they're an interesting group, but they're very, very good folks. So after I called, I thought I better do a little bit of research on the Rotary, just to know where I'm going and understand, get better understanding of the work that you do and everything. So I went on your website and I was reading your accomplishments over the past few years, especially under Linda Bosenecker. I was just blown away by all the things that you did. I had no idea of all the things that the Rotary that you guys do, right? Especially around youth and local services and education and scholarships, etc. Right? And as I was reading, I was like, man, they should be aligned with the Open Promise. And as I went down further, there you are, part of the Open Promise and doing anything like that. So it was really impressive to see all that, and then especially your international service. And then I saw your club service and fellowship. And I think what kind of jumped out at me was your Rotary at the Rotunda. I guess your big fundraiser. And it looked like you guys did very well. You're raising a lot of money, so congratulations. But what really jumped out at me was an impromptu vocal concert by Rotarians Kim Khan and John Portapallis. I don't know if you have that recorded, but if you do, I'd love to get a copy of that. Not that I want to tease John or anything, but we're preparing for Dia de los Muertos on November 2nd at the food truck, right? And there's 100,000 people come out. We have 3 stages, and I think it might be nice to get John up there on stage. You know, you can, right? Plus, I really can see it. Anyway, so as
Put the sound down. You can watch us perform, but put the sound down.
okay, that's good. That's perfect. As Tom said, I was born in Oakland, right up the street at Kaiser, and the one that they eventually tore down and rebuilt. My father came to Oakland, I think when he was 13, from Jalisco, Mexico, to West Oakland. My mother came from Arizona, and they lived on 17th, actually. It was beautiful Victorian. They were so proud of that house on 17th, which is now where 980 is, right? So, which eventually was eminent domain when they put in the freeway. So, we have deep roots in Oakland from both sides of my parents. I eventually went to San Jose State and graduated from there, and moved up to San Francisco and started I was working with these small consulting firms, doing a lot of work with public entities. And in 1990, I was hired by the city of Oakland in their public works department as a big contract compliance officer, contract officer, right after the earthquake. So it was an incredibly busy time in Oakland, as many of you know. And then I think a year later, the Oakland Hills fire happened. Huge tragedy, but public works, the city was very much involved with all those remediation and issues with the hill. So it was a really good experience. Then I went to BART for 1 year when they were building all the extensions out to Pittsburgh Bay Point, Delbo, Delta Pleasanton. I see our BART director, Dr. Robert Rayburn, or as we call him in the fruit bale, Dr. Density. Great partner with us. And then from there, I went to San Francisco, and I spent the next 20 years in San Francisco. My first 12 years at the redevelopment agency, which was a great experience, building out the Yerba Center, Mission Bay, a lot of housing, Four Seasons, W. So it was just a lot of activity that I was able to participate in San Francisco. So in 2012, I had a call from Gilda Gonzalez. I think many of you know Gilda. She was the previous CEO of the Unity Council. And we had been friends probably since 91 or 92 when we were both working for the city of Oakland. And friends and colleagues for many, many years. And I knew her career, and I knew she was doing, I thought I knew what she was doing for the Unity Council. I knew she was leading the Unity Council. And so she was calling to tell me that she was getting ready to leave the Unity Council at the end of 2012. And she was wondering if I would help her and the board of directors identify other potential candidates to take over the Unity Council. And I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. I'm actually thinking about a few folks right now. And she kind of paused and she said, well, we were actually thinking that maybe you would consider doing it. And I was like, no, come on. I mean, look, I've been in the public sector for 22 years. I was a polished bureaucrat. I felt like I knew what I was doing at least. And I said, I've never run anything, We need somebody who knows how to run organizations. And she's like, that's BS. You know how to run things. You're from Oakland. You know what's going on. And I realized very quick that she was prepared for this call, and I wasn't. My main intention was to try to get her off the phone as quickly as possible. But, she was just kept one after another. She just kept hitting me like with one point after the other about the urgency of the work, what was happening in East Oakland, and why they needed just her vision of the leadership. And finally she said, look, how about you just come over and meet the board, and they meet you, and no commitments, right? Just can you just commit to that? And I said, will you hang up if I commit to that? I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll just do that. So that started this whole process, right? And again, I thought I knew what the Unity Council did, and she started sending me information, and the more I read, the more I was just more and more impressed with all the different things that they do, from early childhood education, basically from prenatal to grave, and then with the animals, Marcos, we get them after they leave. So we pretty much have everybody covered. Yeah, about the life cycle. And so I think, for me, it was, I think Ed Lee was just taking over as mayor of San Francisco Mayor Newsom was already gone. He was already the lieutenant governor. So, people were excited about what was going to happen in San Francisco. And, I worked with Ed for 20 years, so I knew him very well. So, it was a kind of a tough decision. Do I stay and just kind of stay in the city and do what I do, or do you really kind of test what you think you might have learned over your whole career and jump into something that makes you uncomfortable? So I'm here to say that I've pretty much been uncomfortable for the past 6 years, because this has been by far the most challenging work that I've ever done in my life. I think leaving probably the wealthiest city in the country, and just to come across the bridge and come into Oakland, not downtown Oakland, but to East Oakland, and to see what happens just during that path. Like the resources go like this, and the needs of the community goes like this. And I was just, it was really a big eye-opener to see that firsthand, just with my knowledge of government and some of the challenges that the city of Oakland was experiencing coming through the Great Recession and everything. So, but now, I call the Unity Council a poverty-fighting beast. We serve over 12,000 low-income families. We train parents seeking job skills. We support entire families in times of age and transition, bring services to seniors, nurture culture and arts, and create beautiful places for children to learn and play. We employ almost 300 people. Our budget, our fiscal year starts on October 1st, so we actually have it all approved and everything, thanks to some of our new board members. Casey's on here, so thank you for that. So we're almost a $35 million a year organization, and we're really, I think, one of the economic engines of East Oakland, especially in the Brookville district. And I wanted to tell Norma, we're also in Concord now. So we've been in Concord now for 5 years along the Monument Corridor, primarily serving early childhood education, Head Start, and it's becoming one of our biggest programs out there. So we're probably serving over 400 families out there in Concord. But one of the things that happened when I first came back to Oakland from San Francisco 6 years ago was I was just struck by the number of strollers that I saw on the street. Not just strollers, but children, like everywhere. And I was like, man, I'm right in the middle of a neighborhood, right? And in San Francisco, I could go days, I could go weeks sometimes without ever seeing a stroller. And then when I did, the strollers, you got to take a peek, right? You got to take a peek. And most of the time, it was occupied by somebody's animal. A dog, high-end cat, as opposed to a little human, right? So, and I'm not, the reason I say that is because when I came back to Oakland, I fell in love with this community, this huge community, the Unity Council, La Clinica, Centro Legal, Citizens Foundation, Native American Health, Courage, all these organizations that revolve around the potential of those children in their stroller, right? And it revolves around the dreams of their parents and their grandparents who work and who never stop working to make those dreams come true. So it's really a remarkable place. I think just briefly around history, the Unity Council was created in 1964 as one of the country's first community development corporations. But over time, I think we realized that that description wasn't good enough. It didn't fully capture all that we do. So we changed our name, as Tom mentioned earlier, and we now call ourselves a Social Equity Development Corporation. And our mission is to promote social equity, to improve quality of life by building vibrant communities where everyone gets the resources they need to work, learn, and thrive. And so I wanted to just focus on maybe just a couple things that we're working on right now, because I think it's really a pretty amazing story for Oakland, and it involved so many people. And that is, we are developing what we call phase 2 of the Brookville Transit Village. And I think one of the things that Gilda did back in 2010 in partnership with Iglesias de la Fuente, BART, the City of Oakland, they did a very complicated deal where they bought the 3.6-acre parking lot right next to adjacent to the transit village from BART, went into the City of Oakland, and they entitled it to build 275 units of housing. And that was back in 2010. Also in partnership with Mike Gometti, signature development. So apparently, it was tough to get that project off the ground because it was 275 units, 30% of it which was affordable, and then 70% would be market rate. But that was back in 2010, right? So they couldn't make it work. So eventually, plus the economy, Mike Gometti walked away from the deal. But what he did was he left the entitlements with us, which was pretty amazing, right? So when I got there in 2013, I had a fully entitled site right next to us. Didn't have any money or anything, but at least we had the entitlements, which I think was good. And I immediately got a call from one of my buddies in San Francisco. His name is Mike Burnham, which I think many of you might know. He used to be on the board of directors, and we worked a lot. And he ran for Great EDD for Great Davis. So he's very connected to the state. And he said, hey, the state has some TOD funds you should go after for phase 2. And I'm like, Mike, there's no way I think we can develop it right now. We're just we're kind of getting into the recession and everything. And he's like, no, you should still go after the budget. So I think it was maybe like August that year or something like that. So in the meantime, I was trying to get a meeting with Mike Gometti because I just wanted to make sure that we were cool, right? That he had the entitlements with us. I know we lost a lot of money on the deal, whatever. So I finally got a meeting with him, let's say in June. And I said, I want to talk about phase 2. And his position was, no, you don't talk to me about phase 2. I'm like, well, you got it entitled, and you lost a lot of money. I just wanted to make sure we're good. And he's like, no, we're fine. And he says, but if you need my help, I'll help you. And I said, okay, I need help. I need you to join this application with me as my developer partner. Because I need your balance sheet, and I need to show that you developed this, and so apply. And he said, okay, I'll do it. So, which was a lot of work on his part and his staff. They had a lot of information. We had eventually applied, I think, in August of 2013. Erin will correct me because she basically had to get across the goal line. So we got it across the goal line, and in 14 we found out that we got the award, the initial $8 million to kickstart the project. So I went back to Mike and I said, hey, guess what? We got the award from the state. Can you come help me develop phase 2? And he said, no way. I got Brooklyn Basin, I got this going, I got this going. But the deal was, if he said no, then I could swap him out for somebody else. And that's eventually what we did. So it took us a little while, and what we decided to do is the challenging part was to make the market rate numbers work. They weren't penciling, right? So we said, let's just focus on the affordable. Let's get the affordable. Plus, the economy was changing, the need for housing was going up, housing issues were going up. So we were able to bring on Iglesias as a partner, and I think that was really important because I felt that we needed to keep it like Oakland organizations working together, right? I mean, I could have brought in a lot of other organizations to help me, but I felt that just to show the strength of Oakland, that we needed to partner together with other organizations. So we brought in Iglesias, and they've been an incredible partner. And so once we got them on board, it really started moving. And I think at the end of December 2017, we closed the deal, and we started building the initial 94 units in January of 2018. And I'm happy to say that we're about a month and a half away from completing the 94 units. So that's going to be a home for over 400 primarily low-income families. 20 of the units are for formerly homeless veterans. And parts, everybody's been great. The city's been great, parts been great, the state, the county, everybody participated. So I think it's real testament to Oakland, what we could do working together. And that's just a rendering of it. It was, for a long time, it was called Phase 2A, which is a pretty boring name. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to name it after our founder, Arabella Martinez. And I don't know if you know, but I know Commissioner Butler knows that Arabella just turned 82 on July. So we named the building after her. And I think it's a real testament to her leadership as the founder of the Unity Council. And we were able to take her out there on July 31st on her birthday for a tour with her hard hat and cake, and she got to see the project and everything. So we're very excited that we're about to open this and be a huge benefit for many folks in East Oakland. And then we've also been able to work and bring on Ridge Housing to develop Phase 2B, which is actually almost twice as much. It's almost 200 units of housing. We made a decision about a year and a half ago, just because of all the displacement and everything else we're seeing on a daily basis, our clients, to switch that project from all market rate to affordable. So now it's going to be affordable from 20% medium income all the way to 80%. So we'll be able to capture teachers, entry-level nurses, and stuff like that. So we're really excited about that. We're hoping to close financing on that one at the end of this year. I'm a little bit optimistic that soon, right? And hopefully we're going to start building it probably spring of next year to get that under construction right away. We don't have a name for it yet. A few folks are kind of circling around, like Iglesias de la Fuente. I think he'd like his name up there, but you got to show us, right? You know, you can't just give your name a building. Maybe we'll name like the parking lot where you can park his Porsche or something. We'll figure it out with him. I'm just kidding. But, so those are just some of the things that is happening in Oakland and with us. But I just felt it was really important to highlight those two parts. We have a rendering of phase 2B. So this is phase 2B right now. So it's right on the corner of 35th and East 12th. And I think the design was really important because it pretty much has to make the existing transit village work, make Casa Arbella work, and then make that building work. So it kind of ties all the buildings together right now. So that's occupying a lot of our time right now, but we're very excited about it. And again, thank you very much for having us, and we really appreciate it.
Don't go away. So, you really answered some questions? Fantastic. So, I was sitting there thinking, you know, this is amazing that when you get the community together and you get some people around, you can do these amazing projects. So, Chris, that's some. Anyway, I see Barbara Beery has her hand up.
Thank you very much for the backstory of the Unity Council that I have loved for decades. I am very curious, in this current environment of immigration issues, to what extent has the Unity Council been challenged or pushed in any different new ways?
Well, I think it's not just the Unity Council. I think it's a lot of the other organizations that we work with. So us, La Clínica de la Raza, with Jane Garcia, right? And I know I think she's actually a plaintiff in one of these lawsuits that are coming up. So it's something that I think is, you know, something that we're dealing with on a daily basis with all the organizations. But I think one of the things that has happened that I've seen over the past few years, and I have to admit that a lot of this really happened like with these organizations. We all know each other, we all kind of work together, but especially after the Ghost Ship fire in 2016, I think that was a big wake-up call for a lot of the organizations in the group. So we had already started kind of working closely together on a lot of issues. And then when the election happened, right after that, you know, there was already this synergy of folks coming together and looking out for each other, I guess you could say. And I think it just keeps building, right? So now, you know, we're in constant communication with La Clínica, with Centro Legal, with all the communities. So we're all based all in and around the transit hub right now. So I think it's just really strengthened these partnerships and really to take care of not only each other, but especially our clients.
Yes, Allison Bliss.
Hi, Chris, thank you so much for your talk today. I heard from a little birdie, not to name any names, that you guys produced the Dia de las Muertes Festival. Do you want to tell us just a little bit about that?
Yeah, so that's Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. It started, I think, in 1996, so this is the 24th anniversary of this year. And I think it's really evolved and grown over the years. But it was really started as part of the Main Street program back in the 90s, you know, where they were making investments in a lot of the businesses along these commercial corridors. So I think Marshall Warrington and Arabella and a few others said, hey, let's do a Day of the Dead celebration and see what happens. And I think it just took off, right? So when I got there 6 years ago, we pretty much did all around the transit village and closed down all the village. But Councilmember Gallo, bless him, he was adamant that we move it back up to international because he wanted to make sure that those businesses on international benefited from this, right? So it's you know, even though it's a cultural celebration, it's a huge economic day for the food co. those businesses that tell us that they'll do like one day with like 2, 3, like a month, 2 months of business in that one day. So now it's a huge area from Fruitvale all the way to 42nd. And I think last year, we had this video that we could share, but there was probably close to 100,000 people that came out last year. So we highlight 30 artists to build these beautiful altaras, these beautiful artists, altars. So it's really a cultural day, a day for artists, and then a big economic day for Fruitvale. It looks great, so you're all welcome November 2nd.
Thank you. Yes, I see. Kathleen.
I have a question for you. I want you to clarify the displacement that you discussed. And from my perspective, there's lots of displacement going on in Oakland. And it's not just, I'm not sure exactly what you were referencing, but I'd like to know about that because there's a lot of people in Oakland that feel extremely displaced on many levels. It's not just from San Francisco, it's from people that are coming into Oakland as a magnet. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it's something that, is something that we're seeing all the time. And when I talk about, displacement, it's just really about folks being able to live in these communities, right? Especially, our focus is primarily around Fruitvale, East Oakland. But, we're seeing the economic pressures of our staff, our clients, being able to live here, right? The rent increases, their salaries aren't keeping up with the rent. So the displacement is real, the gentrification is real. I think there are certain spots that are kind of holding on, but and we do a lot of work with UC Berkeley, Dr. Carolina Reed over there, who really studies this, and a lot of it is like, it's not really coming from the neighborhood out, it's kind of coming from the hills down. So people are, the more that they can afford, they're coming farther and farther, deeper and deeper into East Oakland, right? So there's a lot happening around it, right? I think there's, we're looking at different banks who I think are trying to figure out how they can invest more. So we can't necessarily buy our way out of it and develop. I mean, look how long these developments take to build, right? So there has to be other mechanisms to try to combat those places. But it is real. We just met with some, awesome. So we just met with Jamie Diamond, right? Chairman and CEO of Chase. Okay? He was in Oakland a few weeks ago. At Mike's office, at the Letty's office. And I think he wanted to hear about what we were seeing, because I think we're looking at making investments or whatever. And I'm like, they wanted to know how crazy it is. And I said, you don't know how crazy it is? I only know one family that I know, you may know of others, that is actually moving west, right? Most of my clients are all moving east, off the Central Valley. Everybody's kind of going east, right? I know one family that's actually going west, that's from Oakland, that actually moved to San Francisco. And I think you might know, like the Golden State Warriors, right? And they didn't even have a home. They had a building on $1.5 billion home. And Chase put their name on it, right? That's how ridiculous it is, right? So the pressures are real that we're seeing. And I think Oakland, in my opinion, is there's a lot of folks working to help, right? You have corporations stepping up, you have Kaiser stepping up, you have tech kind of hopefully will step up, I think, to preserve and create places that are with folks cancer.
I have time for one more question. And Alex, I understand you're going on your honeymoon next week.
First of October.
1st of October, let's give him a hand.
20 years ago, Oakland Rotary partnered with the Unity Council and high school students to bring factual information to the business owners in the Fruitvale district about the census. Is that something that would be valuable to do again?
That'd be hugely valuable right now. That's huge. I mean, we're already gearing up for that right now. So we have an Atlas fellow on board right now that is taking a leadership role in the census work. We've already teamed up with Authentica and other organizations. I think this Dia de los Muertos, this week is kind of going to be the kickoff of the 2020 election, and heavy emphasis on the census of if that's something that you would consider partnering with us, we would welcome that. Absolutely. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. As you may know, one of the many things Rotary is doing is trying to eradicate polio. And we are this close. And so in your honor, we've made a donation to the End Polio Now campaign. And we hope that you appreciate it and that you are helping us achieve a huge goal for our organization. So thank you very much for your support. Yes, so I would like, I'm seeing somebody, what? Where's the book? I don't know where the book is. Didn't you see that Bob Barth is in Tanzania? How am I supposed to know where the books are? Any other complaints from the peanut gallery? You know, you wouldn't do this to Lauren Padilla Marcus. I know that, sure. All right. So, David Stein, if you have a microphone, we just settle this crowd down, please.
I'll try. Do you want to send the new member in?
Oh, yes, I interrupted. I was going to send our new member, Erica and Cynthia, please go to the front door. And remember that you're supposed to greet them on the way out. So, David, thank you.
Thank you, President Peter. 36,000 students, 87 traditional public schools, 80% of the students on free or reduced lunch, about a third are English learners. Those are just some of the statistics about the Oakland Unified School District. Our speaker next week is Kyla Johnson-Trammell. She's in her third year as the superintendent. Going to tell us about what's going on at OUSD. Third year as superintendent is pretty good because we've had 9 superintendents since 2003 when the state took over. Coming here, Kyla, she's in Oakland, born and raised, went to the Oakland Public Schools, worked in OUSD for 20 years. It should be a great program next week at Oakland Rotary.
All right, so I'm being saved by Jason Eliza. You want to come up and give it, Jason? Okay, so we have a book for all our speakers. Tells the story of 100 years of community effort from the Rotary Club of Oakland, and the gift is for you. So thank you for that. All right. So you may have noticed that I've been drinking a little glass of wine. Randy, wave your hand. It is really good wine. That Chardonnay is fantastic. So, but I may be getting a little loose. All right. Next. Galleria Scola tonight. We're having the business showcase, so be sure to show up tonight at Galleria Scola. And one of the things you find as president as you're sitting up here and looking around the tables is that I realize that there are 1 or 2 people at every one of those tables who are doing, in fact, more than one in many cases, who are doing really fantastic work with this organization, with our club. This is an amazing group of people, so give yourselves a hand. And with that said, this meeting is adjourned. Rotary connects the world.
Just didn't finish there.
Yeah.
So I found out that when you're in PowerPoint, even if you click on this, the PowerPoint that you have up stays. This doesn't change the program. In other words, if I click this...
I think you didn't... There's one more thing to click there.
Oh, I did? I hit finish.
In broadcast.
Ah.
Yeah.